am Mayaka Anderson. I'm a herbal alchemist, all right? So I provide herbal teas to help you with your mind, your body, or your spirit so that you can live a balanced and harmonious life, right? And the inner alchemy comes in with my teachings on how to deal with self, because I don't care what journey you're on. You have to deal with self for it to be successful at the end. So this is my goal, is to help people to live the life they were assigned and the life that they desire to live, right? And so meditation is going to help us get there as well, and help us be a little gentler when dealing with ourselves and noticing those things about ourselves and what is really going through our minds. And we can only do that when you sit still with yourself. Okay, so let me get started here. So today we're just going to start with just the basics. We're not going in deep. I'm just someone who's introducing you to certain things. There are a lot of gurus, a lot of teachers out there. There are different levels to this thing, but I'm just teaching you the basics so that you are not scared, and that you are that you are knowledgeable about what you are adding and why it's so valuable to add to your life. So we're also going to talk about breathing with the meditation, because with meditation, it's not just about the mind, but it's about the body participating, and it's about the spirit, the downloads that come, the messages that have been knocking, for you to acknowledge them, right? That's why our brain sometimes is on overload. Those thoughts come in and they've been banging on the door saying, I need you to realize, I need you to acknowledge this. And then usually once you're acknowledging some of those thoughts, they will slowly just kind of pass away, right? They just want to be seen, just like us. I just want to be seen. I just want to be heard. I'm just trying to tell you something that's going to help you. So this, again, we need to sit with ourselves. All right. So introduction into meditation. What is meditation, number one? Okay. So meditation is a practice where an individual just uses a technique to get to mindfulness, to focus on either your mind, a particular object, a thought, or an activity, right? So you're going to pick something that you want to think about. That's something that maybe you're having troubles with. Maybe you're asking questions. Maybe you have been praying for something. Maybe you need help in a certain area in your life getting things done. Meditation is a great way to go ahead and focus in on that thing, get the answers and the clarity that you need, right? Because the answers are all within you. I don't know if you've heard that before, but everything you need has been placed in you. And so you have to believe that. But the only way that you're going to be able to do that is go digging for those diamonds inside yourself. The diamonds aren't out here, they're within. And so you have to go in, like the great book says, you have to examine yourself. That's the only way that we're going to get through this and reach the next levels, right? And get out of that negative and that low frequency that this world seems to be stuck in, because no one wants to go within. All right. So one of the misconceptions about meditation, I want to say, is that people think, well, okay, let me say this. With meditation, you don't have to come in with certain clothes. You don't need sage. You don't need singing bowls. You don't need incense. All right. And you don't need a lot of time. Okay. So that's one of the misconceptions about meditation. Number two, the other misconception is that you're going to empty your mind. That is not true. That is not what meditation is about. It's not about emptying the mind. Right. And a lot of people quit trying to do meditation because they can't silence their mind. That's not what meditation is about. It's not about emptying your mind. It's not about trying to quiet and control your thoughts. That is way off base, and you will never achieve what you need to achieve with meditation if that's what you're thinking. Okay? And then the third misconception is that it's a religious practice. It is not a religious practice, but a lot of religions do promote meditation, but it's not a religious practice. It's not about that, right? And it's not about achieving a trance state, right? I don't know where we get this from. And it could be just Western society. They just throw things in there, right? But as we go back and see in the Eastern world, right, of medicine, of of religions and all of that, that we are kind of like on the polar opposite of doing things that are healthy for our mind, body, and spirit. So being in a trance state, that is not the goal of meditation. So I wanted just to clear that up so that some of you don't see it as something religious, because it is not, okay? And I want to just share this for those who really aren't sure about that and religious. Even the great book, we have Joshua 1:8. Keep this book of the law on your lips, meditate it day and night. Blessed is the man who delight in the law of the Lord and meditates on it day and night. That's Psalms 1. And there's so many others. And then the famous one, Philippians 4:8-9, right? We have, finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are good report, there is virtue and there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. So meditation is a huge part, or should be a huge part of our lives, so that we can elevate ourselves and get into contact with the divine spirit within us. Now let's talk about a little of the benefits of meditation, right? Number one, it reduces stress. And right now in this world, we are all stressed out. We are living in chaos. We're living in low frequencies. We are just, this realm is just kind of caving in on itself. So meditation can help kind of ease you into a different state. And I just challenge you right now, just take a deep breath in right now and hold it for 4. And then let it go. Do you feel that weight that was sitting on your shoulder just kind of decompress and kind of go away? And some of you guys have like bricks on your shoulder, right? You're going to have to breathe a few more times before you can really feel the effects, right? Because we walk around and our jaws are clenched, our hands are clenched, our shoulders are tight, right? And we don't even recognize it. And it puts a lot of strain on the body, and you don't even know you're stressed. You know, you're going through these things and things are happening and people are like, it sounds like you're stressed out. And you're like, I don't feel stressed. What does stress feel like, right? You have to recognize that within yourself. And so let your hands go. Let your shoulders drop, right? Open your mouth and don't let the jaws clench so much. So meditation helps to reduce stress. It also helps to control anxiety, especially if you pair it with breathing techniques, right? I worked in the ER and we used to have patients come in and I go in the room and they're having an anxiety attack. And the first thing that we tell them is that you have to breathe, right? Because they think they can't breathe and they're freaking out because they don't feel like there's air in the room. But you have to get it in and breathe so your body can relax, right? Hey, Edwin. So you have to get it in and have your body relax. Another thing meditation does, self-awareness. And we need this, if nothing else, because we have a lot of people walking around pointing fingers at a lot of other people, trying to blame them for things that are going on in their life. But I'm here to tell you that we are part of the problem, right? We don't want to see that. We don't want to acknowledge that. So meditation helps you to come into yourself for self-awareness, which is really important. They also say meditation helps to reduce memory loss, okay? But it can generate kindness because you're dealing with yourself. You're functioning on a different and a healthier level. Let me make sure I don't have any. Yes. Grand Rising, my friends. It also improves sleep. A lot of you are tossing and turning at night, or you can't even lay your head down because of the stress that's going on, because of the heaviness of your heart. Meditation can help with that. And it also, this is crazy, but I know this works because I did this when I was having my children. Meditation helps to control pain. So like when I was in labor, I would focus on an object in the room and concentrate on that object to control the pain that I was feeling. And it does work. No, it's not taking the pain totally away, but it helps you to maneuver and get through the pain, right? And it can also decrease blood pressure. Now, a lot of us have blood pressure problems and we don't even know. Stress, the way that we eat, our nutrition, right? And the thing about blood pressure, it is the silent killer, because a lot of us, with high blood pressure problems don't even see the symptoms. And you could just transition out of this realm, not even knowing that it was the blood pressure that was causing you issues. So as I say this, I encourage everyone to make sure that you get your blood pressure checked, especially in our community. It is a huge problem. And I will be doing a class on blood pressure, because I know a lot of people don't know how that works, and it's very important for our community. All right. So with meditation, as we get into this, like I said, you don't need candles, you don't need incense, you don't need to dress or look a certain way to meditate, but you do need a quiet space, right? And so I know a lot of you are really busy. You're like, I don't have the time. The kids are driving me crazy. I got to do stuff for my husband. I'm going to work. I'm doing it. I totally understand. One meditation that I want to introduce to you, because I do understand people get busy. And so I want you to put this in your life, meditation in your life. One way you can meditate is when you get up in the morning and you get in the shower. Meditation and water paired together is a powerful thing, okay? Water in itself, just by itself, is very powerful for the mind, the body, and the spirit. But if you get in there with the intentions of meditating, right? Whatever it is, whether you're trying to focus on how your day is going to look, whether you're focused on a heartache, whether you're focused on you don't want to go to the, whatever it is, meditation and that water in the shower will work. So the first thing you're going to do, you're just going to let the water just run over you, right? You're just going to feel the water, be in the moment with the water. And then as you're in there, I want you to focus on letting things wash away. So you're going to see the water and imagine all of the negative thoughts washing off. All of the negative or bad words someone had put on you wash away. The heartache of a relationship, the grief, whatever. That water is washing it away. And you're going to be in the shower just imagining it flow down and down the faucet, right? Away from you. And then what you're going to do is when you get ready to lather that washcloth up or your loofah or whatever, as you scrub your body, tell yourself, I'm letting go of everything that doesn't serve me. I'm letting go of the pain, the negative thoughts, right? You're going to continue that because you're scrubbing it off your cells, and your mind is visualizing these things, these suds being the negativity, the frequencies that you have on your body, and you're scrubbing them off, right? And then let the water just rinse it all off, right? And once all of the suds are gone, you're going to say to yourself, I'm putting on joy. I welcome and invite peace and abundance into my life. Today is going to be a great day, because affirmations, as well as breathing techniques, go right along with meditation. So that is something you can do and you can incorporate. It doesn't take a lot of time. Why? Because you're going to take a shower anyway. So you might as well use that time to meditate. Another time you can meditate is in the car. Turn off the radio, silence your phone, and just meditate in the car. Just be still and quiet with yourself. And you will find that you will get conversation within yourself, things that you need to talk about or acknowledge come forth, right? Going to bed. Before you go to bed, before you lay down, take 5 minutes to do breathing techniques and meditate then. Pick something that you need to concentrate on or be self-aware with, and your body and your mind will come together to help support you. So those are 3 different ways. They don't take a lot of time. You don't need anything but you, yourself, and in the first instance, some water, right? You're in the shower. So that is a wonderful way to get you started with the meditation, because you don't need music. You don't need any of that, because sometimes that can be a distraction. So just sitting with yourself. And so when we talk about meditation as well, as I was talking about in the beginning, people think that meditation is about clearing the mind. It is not. So when you first start meditating, you're going to have some thoughts that are going to come through, and they're coming through like freight trucks, right? Like a train, like they're just zooming through, and you feel like you have to stop and slow them down. I want to let you know that we have ignored ourselves. We have ignored the voice inside. We have ignored what the Most High wants to say, what our body is trying to tell us for years. So when you sit down to meditate, they're like, here's our chance to be seen. Here's our chance to be acknowledged. And all of those messages from years back all the way to forward start flooding in. And it can be overwhelming. So when you first start meditating, I'd say maybe you can only meditate for 2 minutes because it's too much. Maybe it's 5 minutes because it's too much. It's okay. Keep doing it every day. You know, if it's 1 minute, if it's 2 minutes, it's okay, because I know the messages can be overwhelming. But the thing is, you have to acknowledge the messages. They want to be acknowledged. You have to let them flow. And as you continue to meditate, it will slow down, right? Because some of those messages are being acknowledged and they're happy and they can go away. And some of the messages you can't do anything about because they came from way, way back, right? It's like checking emails. You ever go on vacation and you come back and you go to the bottom part of the emails and you're like, oh, I can't do nothing about that. I've been gone a week. This is already over. You know, that's kind of the same thing. These messages just want to be acknowledged. They just want to say, I did tell you, you got the message. I can go on about my business, right? I can go about. So that's all those thoughts are about. Now, when you are meditating and you have those thoughts, sometimes there is a certain theme to these thoughts. So, or a certain area in your life that keeps popping out on those thoughts. I would encourage you to take a pen and paper and write those down. What are the thoughts that aren't going away and they keep popping up and it's about the same thing? Because something, whether it's your body, your mind, or your spirit, is trying to tell you something and it's not letting it go. So it wants to be acknowledged big time. It's like a red siren. Like, I need you to see me right now, right? And so I encourage you to write it down. Also, write down if it's the same area in your life. So if it's talking to you or giving you messages about money, write down its finances. Because then when you come out of meditation, you need to figure out what is going on. What is it trying to tell me? Am I headed in the wrong direction in a relationship, in my finances, with my kids, whatever it is? Because as I said before, the answers are within. For those that praying is a form of meditation. But the problem with praying is people do their prayers and they get up and they go. Rarely do people sit with themselves and wait for an answer. You won't always get an answer, but sometimes you are going to get an answer. So it's like you having a conversation with God, a one-way conversation. You talking whatever, and you're asking questions and all of this stuff, and then you get up and walk out the door. And the Most High is like, well, I had an answer for you, but I guess you didn't. I guess you just wanted to vent. I guess you just didn't want the answer, right? So even in prayer, once you're done praying, don't just get up and leave, but sit in it, because it may have an answer. Meditation, sit in it, because you're waiting on an answer, and the answer will come because the answer is within you, right? And so when we sit with ourselves and we meditate on that situation that we need clarity on, or we meditate because we need to focus in a certain area and we need help focusing on that, whether it's school, whether it's homework, whatever it is, it will come to you. But it takes time, and we are reactive people. We want things right now. If you can't give it to me in the next nanosecond, then I'm done. Meditation is not like that. It teaches you patience. You do have to wait. You have to wait on yourself. You have to wait on the Most High, and you have to wait for the answers. And sometimes those old messages have to get through and acknowledged before the new can emerge, right? Unless it's like one of those sirens, it will always jump out front. But you have to let the other messages come through so you can catch up, so it can be where you're at now. So you want to do that every day, okay? You don't want to skip a day. Like I said, even if it's a minute, because what you will find when you start to get comfortable with just you, right? You will want to do it more, because your body and your mind and your spirit will tell you who you truly are. It will tell you who you were supposed to be in the path you were supposed to be on, right? And as it shows you that, you start to see yourself in a different light and understand why some things have been so hard for you, because you got off track. You got off track. Somehow, some way, the choices and decisions you made got you to a place you should have never been at. It's got you a personality that was never yours. You've taken on something else. And your body, mind, and spirit is trying to tell you that. It's trying to awaken you to your power, to your authority of self, right? So that you can start to correct those things. And the corrections may look like letting go of some of the people you're around, right? It looks like maybe you can't be in that environment. Maybe you can't watch that TV show. Maybe the music you're listening to is taking over your thoughts and personalities, and it is not doing you a good service. So in meditation, we have to be very mindful of what is going on, listening to our bodies, listening to our hearts, right? And really be comfortable with silence. Sometimes just come home from work and don't turn on the TV, don't turn on the radio, and don't even turn on the lights. Just sit in the dark and just sit with yourself. And you will find that you will get some great epiphanies, right? Some great thoughts, some great conversations going on in your mind that really will amaze you. Right? So I encourage you to try meditation. I encourage you to sit with yourself, to see and connect with who you truly are, your authentic self. Not what people expect you to be, not the perceptions that are playing out here, but who you truly are, and being comfortable walking in who you are. And meditation can get you there. It will help you calm the storm of the seas, right? The waves. Peace will have to be still. Okay? So I just wanted to let you know that about meditation. I hope that you have learned some things today. I hope that you will, start to meditate. So next Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday, we'll be talking about tea and meditation, and I have some powerful stuff about water, memory, and all of that, and how tea and meditation can be powerful, because that's another way you can meditate. I told you I'm the herbal alchemist. I'm pairing herbs and meditation next week, right? So I'll be dropping that link to register for that class. You need goals. We don't need to just do things to do them, but we need to do them because we're trying to get a certain result, right? So sometimes we're, like I said, we're reactive people. We're just out here doing stuff. And then a lot of stuff that we're doing isn't transitioning us to where we want to be. And so meditation will help you align your goals, focus on your goals, and everything that's outside of your goals needs to fall off, right? Like a tree. Everything, when the seasons change, they need to fall off because it's not going to get you to your goals. So why are you doing it? Why are you participating in things that's not going to get you over here? Because all you're going to be at the end of the day or a week or a month upset with yourself. Like, why is my life looking crazy? Because you're doing things that's not getting you here, right? You want to be successful in business, but you're out here doing other stuff that ain't got nothing connected to business, but you think it's supposed to be successful and flourish, right? That doesn't work. You want a wonderful relationship, but you're out here with the thought mindset, right? You're not going to be able to get no husband. It doesn't pair, right? You're not going to be able to cross the bridge. I hope that you enjoy the worksheets. I hope that you take them to heart, because really we are the captains of our ship. If you are not ready, or you're not willing to participate, if you're not willing to take the steering wheel and drive the car, then the road is going to take you anywhere it wants. And that's why some of us end up living a life that looks crazy, right? And we're just in chaos and nothing is going right, because we refuse to take the wheel and say, I'm in charge of what I want, my destiny, right? I have a goal. I put a pin on the map. That's where I'm headed. But a lot of us, they're like, oh, it's a map. We can go anywhere. But not every path is crafted out for you, right? Not everywhere the road or the sea wants to take you is good for you. So you have to know what you want. And one of those things that can help you get there is meditation, to focus on the things that you want and that will be beneficial to you. Again, if it's not beneficial, let it go. Let it go. And I bet you a lot of the messages that you are going to receive when you start meditating is messages about what are you doing? You need to stop doing that. You need to let that go. You know, it can be really harsh depending on who you are and the choices and decisions you have made. But it's something that we have to hear. And the great thing is, it's not coming from the outside people, you know, because our feelings get hurt real quick when somebody tells us the truth. But when the truth comes from inside you, you cannot deny it. When you tell you the truth and hold you accountable, there's no way you can deny it, right? So you have to look at yourself and say, okay, I'm willing to correct those actions. And let me tell you, just because you do that, it doesn't mean the next day you're going to get up and your life looks great. You're going to have to dig them ditches until it rains so that the rain can fill it, right? You're going to have to do the work. And it's some serious work. I've been there. So I just want to let you know that, but I still want to encourage you because you can get through it, right? You can get through it to the other side where your life will truly start to begin and truly start to flourish. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please check us out on myrootedvines.com. We have teas. I pair them with what you are dealing with in your life. So those who are struggling with immunity, those who are having restless sleep, those who have anxiety or feel overwhelmed, our teas are designed to help your mind, your body, or your spirit. And sometimes they do all three, right? So thank you for joining me. Intro into meditation. I am Mayaka Anderson, your herbal alchemist. And I really appreciate your time. And as always, I pray whatever you desire and you seek in this realm, it desires and it is seeking you. You be blessed, family.